So yesterday I was scrolling on X, which is formerly known as Twitter, and I saw a post by someone who was talking about France. And they were specifically talking about France's new citizenship-based taxation. At first I was shocked. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. Like it's gonna, hit the rest of the world soon. If it's happening in Europe, Canada is next, the UK is next, the rest of the world is next. This is going to be terrible for the entire world. And then I clicked on the post and I looked on Google and I even saw an article talking about this. France introducing this new amendment for the introduction of this citizenship-based taxation. But then I did a little bit of digging and found out that this was actually totally rejected, which is good. But this is not the end of the story, because it actually was real. They tried to actually implement it. Yes, it was rejected today. What about tomorrow? What about in 2 years from now? What about in 4 years from now? Will it be rejected then? The answer is you actually don't know. And the honest truth is, I unfortunately think that this will become the standard in a lot of countries. The US is currently doing it right now. They've been doing this forever, essentially. And no matter where Americans live, they have to pay taxes. Everybody knows this. But the rest of the world is off the hook for now. But the problem is, with the amount of millionaires and rich people and people just making money, productive people, the amount of people leaving their country to go to other places where there's relatively low or no tax, it must make these governments in these countries pretty concerned. And I know that they are talking about this behind the scenes. Of course, I don't know this officially, but they are definitely talking about this the way that we're talking about this right now. And the truth is, if you are not leaving your country now to save money in taxes now, it might actually be too late later. And we're seeing this immediately with countries like the UK, where these new parties have come into play and they're trying to change everything, raise taxes, take more control on people's finances. And you're seeing a lot of people from the UK actually leave. An estimated 9,500 are estimated to leave. And actually, I think this number is going to be even higher after these new bills. So yes, this is going on right now and it's pretty scary. But there was one thing inside of the article for the French citizenship-based taxation that I read that was actually quite interesting. It was saying that, they were going to tax people who are living in countries where the tax is 50% lower than in France, which in a lot of places you can actually achieve this. Like in Dubai, in the UAE, you can achieve this. 100% you can achieve this. There is a 0% income tax here. Now, the second thing that it also mentioned inside of that article is that this would not be applied to literally everyone. It would only be applied to people who were residents for at least, I believe, 3 years in the last decade in France, or tax residents. In this case, let's say this did come to fruition in 5, 10 years, 20 years from now, whatever. Probably going to happen a lot sooner, but I hope it doesn't happen. But if you can take the steps to leave your country now and get this buffer of time, well, maybe being outside of your country for 5 years would be sufficient for you not to have to pay taxes in France. Maybe even 2 years would be enough, 3 years would be enough. What they don't want is people seeing this bill and immediately leaving. Those people are clearly trying to get around, this taxation by leaving right away. So that's why it's really important to establish yourself in other countries like the UAE and other places around the world. It's not limited to Dubai. I know on this channel we only talk about Dubai because we love Dubai, but there's other options. I think the most important thing is find a place that you can actually see yourself living in, and then taxation is number 2, because at the end of the day, yes, money is great, but having a good quality of life is even greater. But for some people watching this video, you guys don't even care about it. I speak to a lot of people on our consultation calls and they're like, Kevin, I don't even care where I go. I just want to save money in taxes. And to those people, good for you, but a lot of people do actually care about where they're living. That's why they don't go to Latin America to reduce their taxes, and that's why they come to Dubai, so they can actually have a high quality of life and actually walk down the street without getting robbed. And if you want a step-by-step guide on exactly how to set up your business in Dubai, you can click on this video right here that goes over the exact details, everything you need to know about moving to Dubai.